What's up, fellas? We are back again today, and this week we're checking out what I think is one of the best overall budget 4-channel amplifiers out there. So this is the Soundstream Picasso Nano PN4.520D. So this is a 4-channel monoblock. Now these are about $120, $129, and I'll put a link in the description. I always try to find the lowest prices on the links I use for you guys. So yeah, so this is a Soundstream amp, and this is made in Korea. Soundstream has made these for many years, and they never changed the build house. So you're essentially getting a Korean amplifier at a budget price. I don't know if they're going to change the price soon, but this is 100 times 4 at 4 ohm, 130 times 4 at 2 ohm, and it is bridgeable for 2-channel at 260 watts times 2. And it is pretty small. It's only about 5 inches by 9.5 inches. So we'll take a look at it now. But it's pretty compact. It's made in Korea. It's pretty affordable. And the power output is good for what most daily driver guys are going to want. So here's the amplifier. They give you a couple pigtails for the high-level inputs. This amp does have low-level RCAs and high-level inputs, so you can use either. You have a power and protection light on the front. No other lights. You can see how compact it is. It's got like a black satin finish with some fins on the side, but it's a really nice looking, kind of like high class looking little amplifier. So it's got fins on the side, you can see, and it's pretty low profile. It's only about 1.5 inches maybe high. So on this side, we got our crossovers. They're not adjustable. They're at 80 hertz, so you can do high pass or low pass at 80 hertz, or just put it on full, which is that F setting. You got your low levels and then your high level inputs. And then on this side, we have our fuse, and we have a 40 amp fuse. So that would tell us it's about 400 watts. So that'd be like 100 times 4. And you have your speaker inputs. And notice on the right, it says DC 12 volt and ground. The one all the way to the right on the top is 12 volt. The one below that's ground. And then see where it says 5-channel, positive and negative. Those are the remotes. So you can use either the top and the bottom of that 5-channel for the remote input. So let's get it hooked up and see what it does. All right, so we got it hooked up. 4 channels are loaded, and you can see there that remote wire is on that top second one where it said 5-channel, and then the positive is on the right top and negative is on the right bottom. Instructions aren't that great, so I figured I'd just show you guys to give you a visual. But let's go ahead and get started and see what this thing puts out. So the first test we're doing, as always, is certified. Now this stops the readings when it hits 1% THD. So this is basically the max super clean undistorted power. So the specs say on this 100 times 4. So we'll see how close this thing gets. Very close. And the channels there's always going to be a tiny bit of variance just from the electronic components, but 95 times 4, and it was rated at 100. So that is very good. Now this next test is going to be uncertified. So this is the max power all the way up to clipping. So this is the same output. So we're looking for 100 watts. And identical to certified. So we're looking right about, well, 1 more watt, 96 watts times 4 uncertified. Very good power. It's basically 100 times 4 at 4 ohm. Now let's do some dynamic burst. This simulates like short rock drum, kick drum hits. All right, there we go. So got a little bit more. So got us over that 100 watt mark dynamically. Not bad at all. Feeling good already. At least it's doing what it says it's supposed to do. So that's nice. Now let's go ahead and get the 4-channel 2 ohm test ready. So 100 times 4 is more than most people really need for door speakers. I mean, even 50 times 4 does good. So 100 times 4 is more than enough power. So now we got it hooked up at 2 ohm and 4-channel. Specs say 130, and yes, it did it. 135 and 143. So it did over what it was rated at 4-channel 2-ohm mode. Super nice. And again, like a lot of guys think they have to have like 200 or 500 watts for their door speakers. You really don't. Like 100 watts cranks pretty hard. Like people don't realize, unless you're running like, you get into where you're running like 2 or 3 or 4 mids and a bunch of tweeters, like really 100 times 4 is going to be enough for most everybody. So, all right, well, let's go ahead and do the next uncertified test at 2 ohm. But so far this amp's doing great, staying very cool. And again, this is all the way up to clipping. So this is basically the max power output, not regarding distortion. So 143, it's staying right about the same. So it's very consistent wattage wise. And if you notice the voltage, I'm not overinflating the voltage on this. It's just at about 14 volts. So good power. Let's go ahead and hit dynamic burst and see if it can do a little bit more than that 143. Oh, so we definitely got more. This amp definitely does a little more dynamically. So we're almost at 180 watts, high 170s dynamic at 2 ohms. So this would be a great amp and would be enough power for most everybody. So really nice. Now this does handle bridged output. So we're going to go ahead and bridge it 2-channel mode. And we're going to do that next right here. And I'll put a results chart up at the end with all the efficiencies and ratings. All right, so now we are in 2-channel mode, and it's only 4 ohm stable in 2-channel mode. And specs say 260 watts times 2 at 4 ohms, so we're looking for 260 right here. Oh, right there, 247 watts times 2 at 4 ohm. So this can definitely power a couple, mild subs, 250 watts a piece. So not bad if anyone wanted to use it for that purpose and not just a 4-channel. So let's go ahead and do the uncertified test all the way up to clipping. And we're looking for 260 watts. I feel like it's going to do it uncertified. It was so close certified, so. Come on, 260. Oh man, this thing's staying real consistent, like between the ratings. So it must have like a regulated power supply. So 247 watts times 2 at 4 ohm. Let's go ahead and hit it with dynamic and see if it'll hit that 260 mark. But right now, I mean, that's a pass. If something's like 10 watts off or, 15 watts off, I'm not going to complain about it. So far, this thing's put out a little bit more dynamically. So, oh, there we go. 325 watts dynamic burst times 2. Definitely a good little amplifier. This thing never skipped a beat, never went into protect. It's staying very cool, but it's a Korean amplifier that's well built. We'll take the back off and I'll show you guys. But right now, let's go ahead and get that results sheet up and I will show you guys the efficiencies and all the ratings. So here it is. So basically the results were so close I didn't bother putting the uncertified, certified because they were virtually identical. So at 4 ohm we got 95 times 4 and 2 ohm 143 times 4, and look at that efficiency, 89% and 84%. This is a super efficient amplifier. It's one of the best efficiency amps that I've tested. So very good. Now in bridged mode, it did 247 watts and the efficiency did drop a little to 78. But if you guys have watched enough dynos, even 78 is decent. So very nice little amplifier. It ticks all the boxes. $129. The price is good. It's Korean. The efficiency is good. So far so good. Well, let me get the back off this thing and I will show you guys what's inside. I must do the unthinkable, because we need to see what's inside.
Well, there goes your warranty, dude.
All right, so here is the insides of this amplifier. It looks super nice. You can tell, it's like you can tell when an amp is well made just from all the solder joints and how clean everything is. So nice looking amplifier. I'm not surprised. I've had this series of amplifier before. You can see the huge aluminum pieces that they use for the MOSFET transistor hold downs. They don't just use little clips. So they have the case on one side as a heat sink. And then now you have this large aluminum hold down on the inside, on the other side of the MOSFETs for cooling. So very good. That's just something I think is a really good idea. So you get cooling from the case and from that aluminum heatsink material. But as you can see, super clean. They use Samwa caps. Those are very good caps. That's basically what you see on all Korean amplifiers. They're very popular. So no surprises here, guys. This is just a super quality amp for the money. Let me give you guys a better shot of the cap. So here are these Samwa 50 volt, 1000 microfarad, 105 degree caps on this side. And the other ones are 25 volt, 2200 microfarad, 105 degree caps. All right, so basically this is a very good budget amplifier. You get higher quality than most other budget 4-channels, good power output, superb efficiency. So this thing checks all the boxes, man. For a budget 4-channel, I keep telling guys about these because eventually I think Soundstream is going to change the build house to China. So I don't know. I grabbed a couple. I'm going to just keep. Also, you guys check out my new HiFi Vector website. I'm slowly coming out with some more products. I got a new high output max amp fan, some smaller micro amp fans, some new bass knobs with LEDs and Bluetooth and voltmeters. So if you guys want to swing by and check out the new HiFiVector.com website, I would appreciate it. Anything I sell just helps support the channel. But let me know what you guys think about this amp. I think it's a killer deal. Let me know what you think. If you guys like the content, please hit that like and subscribe button. It would mean a lot. And thank you guys so much for watching. And let me know your thoughts. But really good little amp for the money. I don't think any other budget amp can touch this thing for everything that you get. You know, everything you get for around 120 bucks. And again, I'll put a link in the description. And all right, guys. Well, I really appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Please be advised, no amplifiers were harmed during the making of this video.